Hi, I'm Gail Hodgson. Thank you for joining me today. I'm inviting you to participate in a really fun project that involves some paint and some doodling. This is a really fun project. It's very simple to do and very effective. I particularly like it because you're using unconventional tools, and I don't know, that helps make some magic a lot of times. So here's a couple of examples of some stuff I've done with it's like done in a grid with tape. And then you're moving some colors around with a scraper, and then we're doodling on top. So this is something I've done previously. And this one, and it's really fun to doodle on top of, you know, all these different shapes that you've made with this thing. This is just a piece of cardboard, okay? So we're gonna put those aside, and I'll start from the beginning, show you how to do it. Maybe you can even follow along if you have some art supplies out, or play it later and do this with me. Very simple. We're just going to set up a little grid with tape, I think. Making a frame. Yeah, like I was saying, like it is really nice. If you have a brush, sometimes it can be, and you're painting something and just trying to experiment. I mean, it's a lovely experience, but also it can put some pressure on you to, you know, really create something amazing or whatever. Whereas if you use some unconventional tools, like scrapers or even palette knives really, and you start moving stuff around, moving some paint around, there's a kind of a little bit of a freedom that happens, and we like freedom, don't we? So, okay, you see how I just simply made a little window grid, and I just eyeballed it. We don't have to measure it or do any of that. And then it's basically, I'm going to be using just 3 colors of paint, and we're going to do a variation of each one across all 4 of these windows. So I'm actually just going to do, you need very little paint. Well, I might need more, not sure. See how this goes. Okay, let's do it. This is just scraping randomly across. And do it all, same thing on all the windows. We might need more, I'm not sure. Yeah, a little bit more. The whole idea here is just to make them like a set, kind of a thing. But you're just, you know, I'm not planning anything here other than using this across the design. Okay, so that's color 1. So wipe that off. Now let's do color 2. This is funny because it's like that. You never know what you're going to get. I love that. Let's put this in a couple places. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing again. And then this part, you know, just, oh, where do I want to put this? But don't overthink it. And here. It's fun. It's like, oh, that looks interesting. And one more color. I might leave some white space too, I'm not sure. I'm always talking about how you know, simple art processes like this just really help. Well, there's just a tool to be in the present moment, and your hands are moving, and the thinking brain kind of gets to rest, because it's really, it's more like you're doing intuitively. There's mark making going on, your hands are moving, but it's pretty intuitive process rather than thinking, and planning. It's really nice rest. Okay, so same thing. And that's cool. I like when they mix too, and then there's surprise colors. Yeah, that's good. I don't mind leaving some white space too. Okay, cool. So the other thing, we'll just let that dry for a couple minutes, is we're going to do some doodling on top. I just wanted to show you this book because I love doing this as a process of mixed media. So the layers of, you do paint or mark making first, and then you go smaller with, you know, doodling with pens and stuff like that, gel pens. And a lot of times, well, when I first started, when I was realizing to do some doodling, I thought, well, what should I do? You mean like dots and little, you know, hashtag dashes and some little circles, and what else? And I teach this in my classes too, because it is hard to think, well, what kind of doodling? What else is there? So it's really nice to have some visual reference, and this book's really cool. Zen Doodling by Carolyn Crace. I'm not sure how you say that. Anyway, it's just filled with all kinds of little mark making examples of all sorts. I mean, there's lots of projects too, but it's fun to look at this and then go, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that one, or whatever, right? Or something like that. It kind of like launches you off somewhere, which is really nice, since all I can think of really, even though my imagination's really good, sometimes all I can think of is just like dots and dashes, like I said. So this is really cool. I love this. And I use this in my classes too, for students really appreciate it. Okay. So I'm actually going to pick a page and kind of keep it open, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's try this. There's swirls and all kinds of stuff going on here. We'll just leave this to the side and hope that this is dry enough. And I'm not going to do all of them today. We're just going to do one. Yeah, I think that's dry enough. We'll pick this one. Okay. So I'm going to use my black fine line pens first and see what happens. So for this part, I invite you to come in close, and we'll do, you know, make it a Zen vibe. Maybe play some music as I'm doing this. Okay, well, I think I'll stop there, but as you can see, you can really keep going. You can't do anything wrong. It's really just a meditative tool. I find it really enjoyable. I hope you do too. All right, well, let's take this tape off and see what we have. As I said, we can keep doodling, but we want to take the tape off and see our little window grids. Which way did I do this now? And you notice how I'm pulling the tape off is the least risk of ripping paper is to pull the tape back on itself like that. Even though you still can get some paper. There. And what's fun about this is, you know, like you can doodle away on this, and of course, they'll all look different, but they look like a set. And for me, I'm going to cut this up and put them in pages of my journal, or, you know, I'm making an altered book right now, and I'll probably put some of this into the pages there too. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. Or it can just look cool like a framed piece when you're done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the experience of using unconventional art tools and the freedom they provide. If you like what you saw today, I invite you to subscribe to the channel.